Yo, what's good, beautiful people? It's your boy Emmanuel. Welcome back again to the channel. If it's your first time, okay, my name is Emmanuel. I do a bunch of album reviews, reactions for Nigerian music, Afrobeat, Afropop, hip-hop as well, diaspora. Let's go, let's get it. Anyways, guys, today we are here. We are finally here. It's that time we've been waiting for. It's one of the most anticipated projects for sure. Following is a massive, impactful African giant that took him to the Grammys, that took him to a major, massive tour around the world, to Wembley, sold out shows. Even here in Toronto, we got to see him. Yeah, like fam, Burna Boy, one of the biggest artists right now in the scene, the face of Afrobeat, Afrofusion in this case, okay? Now going into this album, man, my expectations real quick. We already know, man, like, if you were on this channel and saw my wonderful track review, I had some concerns after hearing that song, okay? After hearing that song, I had huge concerns. And of course, to add to that, the news that Diddy was going to be the executive producer kind of threw me off a little bit, reinforced my fears that, okay, Burna's sound is going to be his essence is almost going to be stripped away from him in order to earn this goal of a Grammy. And again, I think the goal, the vision, is beautiful, okay? The vision is definitely beautiful. You want to break down doors that haven't been broken. It's different, okay? Nigerians have been nominated and have picked up Grammys before. Go look at the record books. They've been Nigerians that have done it before, but it feels different when a contemporary artist of today's era, today's scene, picks up that Grammy, picks up that award. The vision is absolutely beautiful and you should go for it. No matter what, go for it. Once you have that goal, now you have to choose your path wisely. Like this, let's talk about the path to that goal now. Now, is that path gonna look like something you've never done before, or a sound that you're exploring, or a new version of yourself? That's where the biggest question mark is. Is this path gonna be any different from what we saw in African Giant, what we've seen on Outside? Because those albums, no matter what you say, they still captured Burna's essence. Now, when I heard Wonderful, the track Wonderful, it gave me a huge red flag. Especially on the sound and direction that Burna Boy was going on this particular album. And again, I had my fears, and I'm not the only Burna fan feeling this kind of fear or pressure. My biggest fear, obviously, is hearing a watered down version of him, something that is almost like a caricature to almost to win people over, but not really bring your fans along with it on that journey. I really want him to bring the people that have put him where he is, the fans that really indulge in his music to the point where he is. I want him to bring us on that journey with him on this new one, Twice as Tall. And with Twice as Tall, it's coming back to say, man, you think I was beaten down by that loss? No, I'm actually bigger, I'm actually twice as tall. That's the message I could tell from the title, and then the pictures and the artwork is for him to seem like, okay, I want this album to reinforce that confidence that was captured in African Giant. I am bigger even than that giant. I am twice as tall as that African giant that I showed you guys before. If what makes Burna Boy isn't really done yet, if the greatness that we know Burna Boy to have isn't really captured here, it's gonna be obvious. It's gonna speak for itself when you don't see the greatness, you don't feel the greatness coming from this album. And that was my biggest fear going into it. But definitely, we love the goal, we love the vision. Everybody right now should be rooting for Burna Boy, okay? We should be rooting for him to bag that Grammy, okay? It might seem like a superficial, very shallow goal to have as an artist. Oh yeah, let me just win Grammy. But no, I think the goal is bigger than him at this point. Many have said that they're going to win Grammys by their solo projects. Not many have done it, okay? That being said, guys, I can't wait to get into this one. Twice as Tall, we are here, we are about it. Are you guys ready? Cause hey, man, this one. Now, this is the first track, Level Up. This one is with Youssou and Dor from Senegal. Probably butchering his name, by the way. Forgive me if I am. But yeah, this is an artist that Burna Boy has looked up to for a long time. He's one of those legendary artists across Africa.
I remember when I couldn't level up. I was trying, but I couldn't level up. It was right.
There was a snippet that was already out. It was called Level Up, I think. Damn, that voice.
I remember when I couldn't level up, cause the Grammys had me feeling sick as fuck, throwing up and shit. Asking questions like, why wasn't us? Almost had a nigga feeling envious.
Damn. Obviously giving us the big picture of what the album is.
I remember selling on my tour. I remember feeling legendary in Wembley every now. And you can never take the pride away from my mama. You'd be proud of me too if you knew where I was coming from.
That was Level Up, the intro. Obviously it felt like an intro track. It was made very clear from the get-go, okay, what this album was supposed to be about. And I really felt it. It felt like a true tale to say, look, don't be afraid to step into your greatness, as Diddy was saying at the end. And Burna Boy obviously talking about his experience when losing the Grammys and still going on to sell out shows and performing on the Wembley stage as well. Feeling that greatness and feeling legendary, but obviously being defeated by the Grammys, it still makes him feel, okay, you know what, to all those people that are doubting me, they're going to sing my name. And it's that energy that he captured, man, that energy that he captured, that his talent is going to speak for him, his greatness is going to speak for him. He's bringing that energy here, and I'm excited for it. And yo, that first track definitely told the story, told the tale for it. Alarm Clock.
He made the magical beings.
Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Rick Ross's Rich Forever. It reminds me of, it's Rich Forever, when Diddy was just like talking over tracks. There's a certain energy that Diddy has when it's talking over your track, man.
Hey, yo, you awake yet?
So obviously that track didn't feel like a full track. It just felt like maybe like an extension of the intro. Just didn't really seem as exciting as the Burna track. The melody-wise, like, it wasn't as captivating. It wasn't as like, let's get crazy, let's get crunked, or let's not crunked. Who's getting crunked in 2020? But let's turn up the heat a little bit. That's what I'm like. Okay, like, we're not there yet. We're still getting there. We're getting there. We're not there yet. Okay, next up, Way Too Big. Let's go. Okay.
Used to roll with the shank just like Julie.
Hey, just roll with the shank just like Julie. Come on, man. If you know that one, let's go. Okay, let's go. Energy, let's go. Damn, what an outro. Okay, well, first off, the production on this one is heavy and very... Obviously, biggest takeaway from that one was the production, man, the energy on that one, especially the outro. Mike Dean. Makes sense. It just makes sense. Definitely picked up the energy on that one, and again, the main takeaway and energy of that song was tying into the theme of the album still. And I love those subtle references I was making, like, I bring the thunder like Muri, and like, used to roll with the shank like Julie, man, like Julie. Come on, that was a bop, man. Shout out to Shank. Where is Shank safe, man? Next track, Bebo. Is it Bebo or Bebo? Anyways, that's it. This is so African giant, man. That's it's so on topic, man. What does Diddy know about this, man? I'm just like... Nice. That was a decent one. That was the most, I would say localized Burna that we've had, but the most grounded Burna so far, at least. But so far, man, 4 tracks in, and the topic is staying on topic. Like, he has not budged or has not even shied away from bringing that aggressive, confident, braggadocious energy that he's referring on the entire like scope of the album, you know, Twice as Tall. This is my not so favorite track, Wonderful. For the sake of time, we'll skip it. Don't get me wrong, guys, we're still getting the full picture of the album. I'm not just skipping through this one, but we definitely get a picture of the album. Next track, Onyeka, Baby. Onyeka with a new feature would make sense, man. Oh yeah, we're going in high life. Let's go, Burna, let's go. Yes, Tells, man, this is you. It's a love song, right? Hey. Hey, let's go. That's fire, man. That was a nice ode to Onyeka winning, man. You got me mad, man. I'm mad it was on the album. But anyway, still, that was great. That was a great song. Tells bringing that really, really solid high life atmosphere on this one. The percussion was there for me, man. The beat just like, yeah, just energy. Now that bridge, the way that bridge builds up, because you be my, the way the trumpet is building up in that way, man. Fire, just fire. It feels like they were very intentional with this one in terms of production and him going back and forth with that song. So far, the production on this entire album is A1. With the exception of one track, you already know that track. Took a break from the confidence kind of atmosphere. He definitely was laying this one from a love, romantic standpoint. And the next track, one I was really, really curious as to how this was going to turn out. This is Naughty by Nature featuring Naughty by Nature. Again, I was saying this was the biggest flex you will ever see on the track list, man. Imagine having a song Naughty by Nature and then it just happened to have Naughty by Nature on the same track. Massive, man. My apologies, guys. Unfortunately, as I was recording this, my battery died, so I lost my actual live reaction to Naughty by Nature, but I still came back and talked about it at the end of the video when I was wrapping up the entire album. So here's a clip from that wrap up about Naughty by Nature. Now, Naughty by Nature, one of the worst records on here. Okay, Naughty by Nature really set off this. My biggest fears, that was really, really what my fear was about this album, was really having a song like Naughty by Nature there, a very incompatible feature that took so much away from what could have been an okay Burna record to a really terrible song. It really didn't capture. It was supposed to be a party moment, a party record. But this is not how you make a party record, and these are not the features that you have on it. Again, another Grammy move, another posturing move where you can want to position yourself up there as one of the greats by having one of the greats on it. But I just felt it just didn't warrant it. The album didn't warrant a feature from Naughty by Nature, where they obviously came here to just play with the name. I'm playing with Burna's Burna. I'm going to Burna's after party, man. No disrespect to them, but that was a hot mess of a record. Definitely skipping on that one. That was Naughty by Nature. Next up, Coma.
This one for all my Coma babes, man.
Coma babes. Oh man. Man, I want this one to work, man. Is he really doing this right now? I don't know about that one, man. So it's coming for the girls that obviously it's trying to have more of a fun record. This is meant to be like, ease your mind kind of thing, where he's taking jabs at girls that bleach their skin, that have dark elbows and all that stuff. Yeah, it seems like a fun-hearted kind of record, a goofy one where it's like a throwaway record just to have for the party. And obviously bringing Rex here again. Cohesion-wise, like it's not really there so far. For this one, it seemed like a lazy songwriting from his perspective, and trust me, Burna can write. Obviously, like I guess that's what he was going for this one, but we didn't expect much. Kind of juvenile, it just seemed below him for some reason. The entire song just seemed below him. Just wasn't really feeling this one on the real though. No Fit Vex, okay? Call the paramedic, yo. Oh, that was sweet. The way he came in. This is the element. This is his element. This is his zone. This is Burna. This is raw Burna right here. I know Fit Vex. I know Fit Vex. I know Fit Vex for you. Life is no easy, my brother. Come on. This is about. This song is taking me back to life, man. Life, the album, man. This lyric, instrumental, his delivery, the subject matter, everything just screams life, man. And obviously talking about like just life in general, I'm sure he's looking at somebody that he has been on the come up with. In this case, it might be Lyric, it might be one of his old friends, but it just seems like a song that's very relatable to everyone's journey in different ways. That okay, my journey is going one way, yours is going the other. But anytime I hear good news about you, it just lifts up my spirit. And I just like that atmosphere. The beat and the subject matter just fits well. It goes back to that Life album. My initial fears of going into this album, kind of like eased off now, right? Because I'm hearing records that really capture who what Burna is and bringing his day ones with him, and this one just solidified that. No vex for you, just solidify that. Now, are we gonna see another record that resembles this? Are we gonna see a record that really captures his element as much as this does? Let's see, let's find out. We got track 10, 23, and I'm thinking about Jordan when I see 23 anytime. It's lyric again. Again, life. Anytime I hear lyric, I'm just hearing life, man.
Music make me feel like we Jordan.
I hear his voice, man. Oh, yes. Tried him again. This is another track. No Fit Vex, and this one 23. It just happens to be that lyric factor, man. The entire atmosphere the beat sets you in, man. It just gives you that really soulful, intimate, like almost like you're there in the room with him kind of intimacy. And it's a record that talks about how this music thing gingers him, like he wants to be Jordan, like he takes it personal, like he's so laser focused on his goals that he just takes it really, really hard. I know it might look like he was taking it hard on himself, but whatever that emotion was, whatever that feeling of feeling so much pressure in whatever it is you're trying to achieve, like if you're feeling so much pressure, I feel like that emotion that he had in terms of like putting together this album was kind of captured there. That was like, okay, yeah, I had so much pressure to deliver the best album I've ever delivered. That I was supposed to go on to win the Grammy, and man, if this doesn't pick up a Grammy or doesn't even get a nod or doesn't even see him in that space, obviously it would be a huge setback for him. But this just showed that, this just captured the amount of pressure that he was in, and it just talks about that Jordan energy and wanting to like achieve your goal, because yeah, man, and it just makes sense. Track score 23, Jordan's number, and yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. And lyric is really bringing the best out of him so far on this album. You got Time Flies featuring Sauti Sol. I'm so here. If you've not heard Sauti Sol is a Kenya boy band. I don't want to call them a boy band, but they're a band with boys or men in this case. But anyway, they're R&B soulful singers, and they had a song with Burna Boy that is so good. This is them trying to repay those services, man. I just want a sweet melody, man. That's all. Just give me sweet melodies, man. I'm so here for it. It's almost like a choir, man. Sauti Sol. Get away. This is it. Oh, I'm here. I knew it. Sauti Sol would do this to him, man. The melody. That's all I want. The melody. I'm already here with him, man. Oh, God bless Sauti Sol, man. God bless you. Where my Kenyan people at, yo? Oh, man. Oh.
To all the corners of Africa, America, and the world, black people are turning the tables.
Goodness, let me comport myself. Chai, that song. I knew once I saw featuring Sauti Sol, bro. Go listen to the song they've done before. Go listen to that record, man. There are certain people that when Burna Boy gets in the studio with, or at least comes together to develop a melody or an app, you know it. Sauti Sol is up there with compatibility, man. Like top people, man. Top people that would kill it with Burna Boy. And that's just coming there to return the favor. They just came here on this album to return that favor, man. Because, oh gosh, the melody, chills, literal chills, man. I absolutely love that song. The harmony, Jesus. Talk about harmony on Burna's perspective and on Sauti Sol. You can never expect less from them, man. Never. Don't even dare. But trust me, it's so soulful that it cuts deep, man. It really cuts deep. Like, this is the one that really cuts deep and gets you there, man. Time flies. From track 9, nothing has disappointed me from track 9, bro. Let's keep on this streak. Let's go. Now, this is a Grammy moment, okay? Now, next track, Monsters You Made, featuring Chris Martin. If you don't know, Chris Martin is the lead vocalist on Coldplay, okay? So better expect, okay, quality record. Just expect a quality record, because I know he's going to deliver the chorus for the song. And Chris Martin is just top notch, man. Top notch. Political record, let's go. Political statement, let's go. I'm here for it, let's go.
Calling me a monster just 'cause we say. We're from the block where we raise, where we create barricades. Keep our position to behave. That is a sign that
Okay, Burna.
just lose your life with the weight. Your body found in the lake. You fucked up the state, ain't comprehending the hate that they oppressed you.
Tell them how you feel, bro. Let's go.
Because of what they became, we are the monsters you made. Calling me a monster, calling us fake.
Damn.
You make them out and told the dollars away.
This is his moment. This is his moment. Oh, this cadence is mean.
We are the monsters you made.
The rage. The rage this song captures, man. Killed it, brother, man. This is it. This is it. This is his moment. This is his Grammy moment, man.
We
Hey.
gave you people 500 years ago. Look at that. We're given everything.
Tell them, man.
But don't you
Fuck Mongo Park and the Fools.
Over where?
He said it. He said it. My guy said fuck Mongo Park and the Fools. He's coming in for the colonizers. This is a diss track to the colonizer. Look at the monsters you created. Look at the monsters you've made. The anger, that cadence. He didn't even let it breathe, man. He just kept going and going and going. And that rock feel that the beat captured, man. I'm sure Lyric started this off and somebody finished it off. Man, all power to Lyric, but that beat, that atmosphere was... I need to see all the production credits on that one, because that was it. That was the one that really like captured so much rage. The outro of the previous track kind of gave us a glimpse of it, and then the intro as well really captured it. Man said fuck Mongo Park and the Fools. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know, man. The Scottish explorer that has been credited to finding River Niger, like it wasn't there before. And this ties back into that African giant message. This ties back into that, I guess, reiteration, because Twice Assault is just a reiteration of African giant. Not only the words and the pen game is doing it, but just the entire experience of the song gets you raged, like really outraged, and just makes you want to all those colonizers, go punish you now. That's the energy I'm on with this song, man. Chris Martin, absolutely beautiful, simple pocket that he was in. That classic rock feel that the song gives was very soothing to have an actual artist that sounds so comfortable on the rock beat. Whoever A&R this one, whoever put together, you did your thing on this record. You did your thing in this record, man. This song is it. The anger, this is it. This is it. Track 13, Wetin Dey Sup. That song really set a fire on me, man. But this is Wetin Dey Sup. I'm sure it's a more fun record. I'm actually vexed at the arrangement of this album, low key.
Everything is okay. Wetin Dey Sup. Pick them one by one. Yeah, waiting and dog. I'm watching my back and
Oh, but I can only engrave that melody in your head, man. Wetin Dey Sup. Trying really hard to hear the Timbaland influence on this. There was no signature Timbaland sound here. Still tying to the big picture, easy call and respect kind of melody. Very catchy, very just seems like an okay record. The gunshots in the middle was kind of abrupt and kind of got your attention, yo, what the heck was that? I feel like that could have been at least a little bit more subtle. Just a little bit more subtle. Let's see how Burna Boy ends it with the last two tracks. Now we got Real Life.
Can't you see that I'm in my element? I might just decide to slide on my enemies. I go along on a glide.
Again, another Afro swing bounce.
Yeah, Yes, we are blessed, but it's harder to see sometimes.
Okay, singing Stormzy, let's go.
Find my peace. Real life is still living, but the price you may give is not cheap.
Besides, may I be destiny's child, a survivor. Real no be China. From your love in the dark.
Such a British record. But yeah, definitely a nice Afro swing bounce again that we're getting. Sonically speaking, that was what had more presence on this album so far. Let's go to the last track, Bank on It. This is J5. Now we have J5.
I feel sweet when the sun up, like the trees in the summer. I'm not sure anymore who is knocking at my door and my neighbor.
Interesting. Okay, we get a beat switch. J5. Yeah, let's go.
You can bank on it. You can put
Oh, okay. Okay, I like the structure of the song.
You can put 100 grand on it.
Yes, let's close it up. Let's close it up. Nice. You close an album. This is how you close an album. Take care of the church, low key. Low key, very low key. Wow. Okay, that song was deep. That song was very deep. It talks about his fears. It talks about his major fear of having too many enemies or being paranoid or walking around paranoid. First off, let's give it up for the production on this. Beautiful. Those backup singers that really took us to church. I am here for it. The structure of this song was really brilliant, because at the beginning, at the first verse, like you could hear Burna introduce the song and really let the words sink into our heads and really capture this moment, and then the beat dropped and then really took us there. It was an entire experience. Structure-wise, I think this was up there. This was up there, one of my favorite records, structurally speaking, and just what J5 did was just beautiful with him, and I think his emotions are really captured. Again, painting the picture of how he's paranoid about death around him. And I think he had a line where he said, any one of us could be Pop Smoke. And we all know how, rest in peace Pop Smoke, but we all know how Pop Smoke went. Some really envious people, some really just bad energy, evil, man. Evil all around us, people just coming in there and taking someone's life. And obviously he lives with that anxiety and paranoia. And Burna Boy's background too speaks to this, because yeah, if you learn about his background, he's not been too far away from violence, okay? He has lost friends, he has loved loved ones, and part of it is like him pouring his heart and that paranoia that lives with him. I guess that sort of PTSD is there, and this is almost like a PTSD kind of record, man, because it's telling you about his fears on this one. And it's almost like a vulnerable moment, because it says a lot, because the entire theme of the whole album started on being top of the world. I'm the most confident, I'm the most braggadocious, you can't stop me, I'm going for my goal, nothing can stop me, the most fearless kind of attitude you've ever seen. And then it comes to the end, it has the last track with the most vulnerable take that you've ever seen Burna Boy in a long time at least. The most vulnerable position that he puts himself in. And almost like comes down full circle, because he's saying at the end of the day we can't all do it by ourselves. And I think it's kind of tying his protection to God. It's almost like a gospel record, but I don't want to call this one a gospel record, because it's not really, the message isn't really focused on Lord. But yeah, he has lines here where he says, Lord protect me, and I think that's the statement that this song was making for the album. And it was a brilliant way to end it. I'm actually very impressed with how he ended the album. Like, this definitely ties into the message too, and yeah, it's a very full circle kind of thing, and I'm here for it. Yeah, so far, big picture, the entire album. First off, second half of the album is where it's at for me. Like, from track 9, it's where it's at. Honestly, just giving me those like 7, 8 records, I'm okay, I'm happy, I'm good. Those 8 records really did it for me. A lot of songs, in retrospect, bro, like, wonderful. That track, wonderful. Not a good snippet for this album. Not a good single. Not a good like promotion for the album. It doesn't really capture the album essence at all. I feel like we can toss that song away. Literally, Wonderful can land in the dustbin, and I'll be happy with that, because it doesn't capture the album. The album is very much more impressive than what that song says. The song is making a statement about coming back home to your motherland. Yes, we agree. We all want to come back home, but the sound is what throws it off for me, man. Like the sound is what throws that message off for me, because it's like it's not in his element. It's not him delivering in the pocket where he's comfortable. You can hear the level of discomfort that he's on that song. But once we hit track 9, that's when the album really sets in for me. And it took so long to get there. Say anything you want to say about the first 8 records. Many of them are throwaways, many of them not really saying much. But from track 9, Lyric setting up with no Fit Vex, and then going again with 23, and then Time Flies with Sauti Soul, bro. That run, Burna Boy was just hitting the threes. Like, yo, I was like, man, could he ever miss? And then he slightly missed on Wetin Dey Sup. A little bit, because after Monster You Made with Chris Martin, bro, I was expecting another, like, I don't know, there's so much rage at that song lit up from me, man. It just set me up to say, okay, I needed a sweeter transition, but it was okay. It trying to like set us up into that Afro swing bounce. Again, I was hearing a lot of that Afro swing British influence here. Again, I'm not saying British people are influencing Burna, because Burna has very close ties to that sound, and I honestly think he was one of the pioneers of that wave, that Afro swing wave that we see and hear today. So he was really capturing a lot of those Afro swing melodies, those Afro swing bounces. He really brought it here on this album. In terms of soundscape, like that was the one that kept popping up more often. My least favorites, as you know, Wonderful, Toss That Away, Naughty by Nature, you can keep that one. Coma, maybe not today. Not ever. I don't sing the song Growing on Me, not at all. In terms of party records, I don't think Burna really brought it for party records, for dance records, because there's nothing here I'm jamming to like on a party kind of context, you know what I mean? I feel like Burna Boy got really serious on this one. A couple records maybe I could see like dancing to, but most of them are just chill records, not really like something you turn up to or you see in the party. They were attempts, but really poor attempts at that. So yeah, most of the party records ended up being the worst here for me. So yeah, that was Wonderful, Naughty by Nature, Coma. What else could I throw away? I could throw away Alarm Clock. I could do with that one was terrible. Other songs could work. Again, you notice how my least favorites were all in the first half of the album. The first half of the album really wasn't really all the way there. And I'm sure many people had already made their conclusion that the album wasn't good from that first 8 records. But once you get into 9, once you really deep this album, you really see Burna Boy show up all the way from track 9. Again, like I said, and many of my favorites came out of that second half of the album. My absolute favorite, the number one track that I'm taking out of this and I'm running with, Monsters You Made. Diss track to colonizers. I'll continue to call it a diss track to colonizers. Shout out to Lyric, by far the biggest standout in terms of all the producers. Shout out to all the producers. Everyone did their thing. Even Timbaland too. Like shout out to all y'all. Like Mario too. Shout out to all y'all. Mike Dean. Shout out to all y'all. But Lyric, okay, let's talk about Lyric. Because the paramedic was needed, bringing the best out of Burna Boy, because he really did. He really captured the essence of Burna Boy. But anyways, I'm getting too diverted, okay? First track, that my favorite, top of the list, Monsters You Made. Second on my list is Time Flies with Sauti Soul. Bank on It, my third on the list. Those are my definite top 3 favorites. And now with all that being said, guys, my final rating for this one. This is hard, but the first half didn't really get me there. But anyways, I digress. So far, my rating for this one at this moment, and now I see it, it's just a very light 7 for me at the moment. It's a light 7. I don't think it's all the way better than African Giant. Neither is it all the way worse than African Giant. I still think with this discography, in terms of all the discography, Outside is still the best album from his discography, in my opinion. Then we can talk about Life, and then we can talk about African Giant. This is Burna Boy's Grammy moment. I personally would hope so. It depends on what's up there against them, okay? African Giant was a huge swing, but this was not that strong of a swing compared to African Giant. but we hope it lands. Let's hope it lands. Let's hope it lands with the Recording Academy. That's all I've said about this album. Of course, if you're new to this channel, definitely check out the other content here. Like, share, let me know how you felt about this album. What are your favorites? What are your least favorites? I've been your boy Mano. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm signing out on this one. Peace.